Oh, spring bulk day number 107. I don't know how much I weighed today. I'll make sure to weigh myself for tomorrow's video, and we can get a little weight check-in. 260. It's looking elusive, but I mean, if you don't aim big, what's your prerogative, you know? Do you not want to go anywhere in life? So, so this was quote-unquote, well, not even quote-unquote, legitimately the last day of class that I have. So, you know, I had a variety of things which I needed to have finished by midnight, or, you know, right around then, if, because one of my professors was fine if I, like, emailed some files and stuff. But today was not awesome for bulking. I tell you what, God, I had so much fucking just sitting on the desk. Oh, it's over. Well, finals, but basically over. So now I can focus on what really matters. Back day. It's 2:30 in the morning right now. Not ideal, but I've done worse. So, hey man, don't look at that as a negative. I hear 2:30 in the morning. That means empty gym. Don't have to worry about waiting for any machines. You know, all the handles and attachments are going to be open. It's perfect. So I'm probably going to start off with some kind of, I don't know. I don't really know what I want to do. I've been kind of following this workout plan where I start off with like 4-ish sets of heavy rows, and then move on to like some pull down movements, maybe do another rowing movement, maybe do like a pullover movement, and then finish with like some kind of something, you know, either like a pull down or like a cable row or whatever. You know, doing an even mix of rows and pull downs I think is probably going to be good for your development, because if you only do rows, you know, you may get a overly developed just like upper and mid back, and if you never do pull downs, then you probably won't get, you know, those wide lats that everybody's looking for, right? It's not necessarily that direct, right? Like obviously if you do rows, you're still going to work your lats, and if you do pull downs, you're still going to work, you know, a little bit of your back. It kind of just, each exercise is going to bias a different portion, but in my mind the back is going to get worked no matter what you're doing, right? Like when you do rows, I'd say that's pretty much working the whole thing. You know, you're going to get some traps activated, your rhomboids, those little kind of diamond shaped ones, and then your lats, you know, your lower back, your erectors. So yeah, I guess pull downs, you're going to be working more lats. Well, that's what I call lat pull downs. But yeah, I don't like doing the, I just like to change up back day each time. Different lifts, different orders, whatever. But I'm not really one to do a lat focused day and then like a upper back focused day. Just, you know, after you do 2 weeks of that, right? Let's say you do back twice a week. If you do a full-on lat day where you like double the volume for your lats, and then you do a full-on upper back day where the whole workout is upper back, right? At the end of that week, you've done the same amount of work as the guy who hit lats and upper back on the same lift each day. So do what you want. I mean, it's not going to hurt you. As long as you go hard, you're good. You'll make some gains for real. Deadlifts also I don't do. They're just hard, man. Deadlifts are hard, and you know, you're just not gonna. If you do deadlifts, I mean, do them, whatever. But you're working your glutes, your hamstrings, ton of lower back, right? The whole point of back day for me is to build all the shit up around my torso. I'm as a bodybuilder, you're not necessarily here for strength. But if you want to deadlift, there's nothing wrong with that. Just working into your training. So enough of that. Let's go greet the empty gym. So, creature of habit. Creature of habit. Gonna start off with the barbell rows again. I mean, it's just hard to think of another lift that's gonna load the back as well. Just as like a compound movement. Because you gotta think, I mean, all of back is compound movements. You know, you're doing rows or pull downs, but you know, you'll get a better squeeze on like a pull down or you know, some kind of machine row perhaps. Whereas this sort of lift, like, my mentality is just move the fucking weight as heavy as possible with moderate form. So I'm gonna throw around a plate for, I don't know, a couple till I feel good. Then I'll do 2, and then I think I'm just gonna stick with, well, I'll see what I want to do for the top set. I have yet to listen to a song where, you know, the Nicki Minaj feature made it better. I don't know if you relate to that or not. All right. 365 ought to be good. So, your momentary mindset that you have, you know, maybe a few seconds before you actually start hitting the weight and during the set, that can have a pretty fucking crazy impact on the intensity of your lift, right? Like if you're just sitting in here and let's say you're an experienced lifter and you're going hard, like you know that you're feeling fatigue. You know, you're actually pushing yourself pretty hard. That's good. But, I mean, getting extra hype, like taking a huff and puff, making noise, you know, if you're in a suitable environment to do so, the effects are not negligible. Let's just say that. So, let's throw this shit around for a few. Yeah. Fuck. Let's move on, goddammit. Whew. Those were some decently intense barbell rows. The first set, a little too upright for my liking, but I really just wanted to go heavy. Still a good set, but I wouldn't want to do them all like that first one. You know, the the sets with 315 was a bit more bent over at the bottom. I feel like that gives you more of a good stretch. And then it's kind of easier to squeeze, but you know, whatever. Just by doing, you know, the bent over rows, as long as your form isn't like atrocious, you should just kind of get a feel for it over time on what feels good to you. So I'm gonna move on to some heavy pull downs with this sort of, what do you even call this? Whatever. This particular handle. And no drop sets or anything. Just go heavy, go hard. Let's move on. So those rows, I felt it a lot more in my, like, well, I was kind of biasing my lats, sort of the lower portion of the back, so to speak, and then plus those pull downs. So let's say, makes this kind of hard to describe. Let's say you're looking at me from the back, even though it's the front. You know, my lats, lower back area, that's pretty fucking fatigued, but you know, my traps, maybe little rhomboids still feel pretty fresh. So, in an effort to get a full-on back pump, now I'm gonna do this sort of upper back bias cable row. Decently heavy weight, but I'm not really just trying to bounce it around. Like, I'm gonna sit down and try to get a good squeeze. I'm not gonna hold it for that long, but you get the idea. I might do 2 of these. God. Okay. I think 2 sets of lat pull downs and then done. I'll get a little bit more breakdown of my thoughts on the lift during the pose down. Right now, I just want to hit this fucking set hard. Ugh. Yeah. All right. Let's check the pump. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah, that was a fucking pretty intense back day. No dilly-dallying, considering there's fucking nobody in here to do it with. Okay, let's check the pump. That's pretty freaky right there, just the fucking belts. Let's make sure we're in frame. Whoops. Holy fuck. Oh yeah. That width. Holy, that's fucking freaky, man. This is probably up there with one of the best back pumps ever. Yeah. Probably without fucking question. All right. That's enough posing down. Almost. So yeah, I mean, heavy ass sets in the beginning. Then some more heavy ass sets for the pull downs, at least the initial ones. And then that seated set of the, you know, like the 2-arm cable row. That one was still pretty heavy too, but those were more, you know, slow and controlled reps as compared to the, those first, you know, just swinging, manhandling the weight reps. And then what did I do after that? What? Yeah. Wait, what the fuck did I do? What's in the barbell? 4 sets of barbell, 2 sets of the weird pull down, 3 sets of that seated row. Okay. Oh, I almost fucking forgot the workout I just did. Holy shit. But that was a quick one. That maybe took, I don't know, 45 minutes or probably less, you know, after I actually got into the groove of it. But when you guys ask, like, how long does a workout take? It's, you know, in real life, it gets kind of inflated, you know, like if there's people in here and I'm talking, then I could take extra long rest periods, which would, you know, make me be in the gym longer. So the exact times that your workout takes, I mean, it's got a little bit of, you know, it's like slightly arbitrary, but for the most part, I'd say if you're actually, you know, kind of going quick, you're not wasting too much time, you're doing your 8 to 12 sets per muscle group, then, you know, a muscle group individually shouldn't take too much longer than 45 minutes or so. You know, like all I had today was back, so yeah, 45 minutes. But when I have legs, that's hamstrings as one muscle group, and then quads, that's gonna be more like a 90-minute, 2-hour lift. And then arms, again, even though arms are so much fucking smaller than legs, still probably gonna take a considerable, a similar amount of time, because again, it's 2 muscle groups, right? So chest, which I had yesterday, that was a quick lift, because it was just the 1 muscle group, right? You understand what I'm saying here? So I've been in here for, you know, 2 hours before, but it's just because I happen to have more volume that day. You know, when people make the argument like, if you're in the gym for 2 hours, you're not training hard enough. They've got a little bit of a point, but you know, what happens if you are training hard enough and your sets are hard? So I wouldn't beat yourself up too much about how long your lift takes. But I mean, if you're in here for 3 hours and you're just doing chest, you gotta rethink something. So I'm gonna go sit down, scroll TikTok and do calves. All I do is sit on the seated calf machine, you know, maybe 20 reps on the right foot, 20 reps on the left. Heavy enough that I get a good burn, but I'm not really hitting them like that crazy. If your calves are like really small, maybe you should go a bit harder on them. But, and after that, we can get in the car. Oh. Okay. It's beyond late. Let's fucking roll. Let's skedaddle. Let's mosey on back to the crib so I can get some more food in me. God damn it. I'm gonna slam the... Oh, god damn it. I don't want to drink the dextrose and drive. I'd rather just get it in first. I think, based on the comments, that I've oversold dextrose. Like, look, it's not a game changer. Okay, it's definitely going to improve your recovery, for sure. But you know, it's like I said, when I reference the dextrose, I compare that to like taking your vitamins and taking creatine. You know, it's just little things that you can add up together, which is going to improve your results over the long term. You know, you're not just going to take your dextrose and start freaking out, or maybe you will. I don't know. Fuck. Like I say, maybe what, a bazillion times. I'm not a scientist, so let's just give him the dextrose. Uh, uh, yeah, it's good. It's real good. Okay. There we go. Now let's get out of here. So, in terms of my academics, I have some bad some bad habits. This is a classic phrase I'll sort of tell myself. Uh, and I don't condone it. But if you wait until the last minute, and it only takes a minute, that's not good. That is not good. Study slowly over time. Best method. But that's almost done. I get to chill out. Summer sun. We're gonna be. I'm going. The family's doing a whole ass like get together trip down to one of the Carolinas. So fun of the sun on the beach. That's nice. That'll be cool. It's actually, so we've been there before, and there's a gym that I like there. It'll be kind of funny to compare myself now to then, because I think that was like, ooh, that was a long, that had to be 4 years ago, maybe? Or long, probably 4. But yeah, I was definitely smaller back then. So, yeah, in terms of extracurriculars, I wasn't always a lifter. Right? I've said this before, but I mean, you know, a lot of new subs. Of course, they're not all caught up yet. Even though you should be. No, whatever. So yeah, some more lore. When I was a really little kid, all of us swam at like the public pool. It was like a summer type thing, the summer league. Like me and my sister, my brother, we'd all bike down there and shit, real early in the morning. And after the swim team would be done practicing, the dive team would practice. Me and my brother always wanted to do that shit because that was fun. You're just flipping around into the water. So I did that fucking every summer since I was a little kid, and then like in high school and shit. I did that the first year of college. I was doing fucking 3.5s. Imagine me jumping up in the air, 3 flips, and then landing headfirst in the water. Honestly, I'll be real with you, I can still do it. Just give me like a week to stretch out and make sure I'm limber so I don't like, you know, pull a hamstring or something. But there will be some, I'll get some videos of me doing that eventually. I'm sure you'd love to see it, especially in my current state. But yeah, that shit was fun. What else? Yeah, fuck, that's pretty much it. It was kind of fucked up because they would have like a sports lifting in the morning, and then a practice after class, and then of course I'm going to do my own lift because you're not going to get big doing an athletic trainer's workout for the most part. So that was just a bit much. Really had to pick one. I think in the end, this was the focusing on the lifting. That ended up being the better deal. Most certainly. So just a little drop of history for you. So I'm gonna go home. I got my vitamins to take. Luckily, no fucking overdue homework anymore. Now I only have 5 things to do. I've only got 5 more things to do this semester. 4 finals, and then 1 kind of like design project, which is kind of fucked. It's gonna be hard, but whatever. See what I'm saying? I don't have to do that right now. You know, I saved that problem for future me. So let's reference the mindset again in the gym. I was kind of talking about in the beginning. Of course, oh man, I was about to get mad deep, and now I forget. But yeah, you know, if you're in the gym and you're getting ready to do a set, right? Explain to me why you wouldn't want to just fucking get like, I don't want to say angry, right? It kind of seems like that because, you know, you're grunting or whatever. It's more of like, well, I don't know what I would call it. Maybe exhilarated. Let's just say excited. You know, why wouldn't you want to huff and puff, get excited, turn your music up, and go crazy every time you do a set? Right? That's one of the best things about lifting is, you know, there's technique. There's legit technique. There's you know, there's genetics are going to play a role. All sorts of other things are definitely going to affect your results. But overall, for everybody, you know, your time in the gym will be more effective if you can simply put in more effort into your sets. You know, you don't need, I think it gets kind of silly when I see somebody like legit bodybuilders when they have a trainer with them, like just like making minute changes when they're doing reps. I'm sure they're giving them some really good tips and they know some really niche workouts and whatever, but you know, once you get the basics down, all you gotta do, you go in the gym and you just fucking, I don't want to say go crazy, but I kinda do want to say go crazy, right? Let's think, how long was I actually doing reps during that workout? Maybe 15 minutes total with breaks in between, you know, and that's you know, per day. Obviously maybe a little more if I'm doing like more muscle groups, but just 15 net minutes per day of, you know, pushing yourself physically, and that's gonna give you crazy like visible results to your physique. Doesn't seem like that fair of a deal, you know. It seems like you're getting off easy, right? But take with that what you will. Before you really got to focus on, you know, the perfect back workout or, you know, the most optimal rep ranges. If you can get the intensity down, then it won't be too hard for you to go places. And again, getting to the point of how this shit isn't that complicated. I just saw a post where it was like, Chris Bumstead dropped his back day, and it was like maybe 6 exercises in a row, or like, you know, written out, and it was just like fucking rows and pull downs. Like, it's not fucking complicated, you know. You just go in, hit your targeted muscle for, you know, your desired amount of sets and reps, I would say, well, what I pretty much preach when I tell you guys this is like, you should do about 8 to 12 sets per muscle, right? Per muscle group, per se. And by the time you've done that many sets and they're actually hard, you should be fully pumped, which is a good sign that you did everything you can, right? Pushing yourself past that pump and you're just sitting there wearing yourself down. Sure, you're going to be putting in effort, but you've already stimulated growth, right? You've passed the point of just, muscular stimulation, and now you're building up. Like, it's just not worth it. I've made this sort of reference before. Obviously, if you do 0 sets, you get 0 results. If you do 1 set, of course you're gonna get a little more than 0. If you do 2, you're gonna get a bit more. 3, you're gonna get a bit more. And up here in this peak, right, that's where I would say 8 to 12. And a lot of other people basically say the same shit. And then, as you keep going, it may not drop off that sharply, but it's gonna start to drop off. Or at least not be any better. Mike Mentzer always said some shit like, you want to do the minimum amount possible in the gym to stimulate growth and then leave. Right? Because that's the point. You're just going into the gym to break down your muscles enough that when you go home and eat food and rest, they're going to build themselves back up stronger. I'm a Mike Mentzer fan, in a sense. I don't know about all this 2 sets per body part per week type deal. That's a little crazy to me. But he's definitely got some knowledge. I'm sure if he was here nowadays, he'd sound like a more intense version of JPG or something. Not that JPG is not intense. He's a pretty big guy. But enough of that. Hit a lot of points this car talk. Hit a variety of points with this one. So like I was saying, home, food, vitamins, and then bed. It's definitely gonna feel nice to go to sleep knowing I don't have anything to do tomorrow except for the lift. And it's gonna be an arm day. I'm already excited. So cardio in the morning, and I will see you next time.